Hello YouTube, what's up? This is Oscar Moon and we're back with another episode of Vampyr Let's Play. Before I'm getting into this episode, I just want to tell you that I figured out how to use the scythe, which is the two-handed weapon, as you can see here. And it's pretty cool, I guess. I mean, it's powerful. Whoa. But I figured at first that it was just equipped and that you could use it, but that's not the case. You have to equip it, and as you can see in your equipment, we have the two-handed, we have the one-handed, and we have the off-hand, and also we have the firearms. And these are not, automatically equipped into your hands. You have to get into the character section and you have to choose your main hand. Use scythe. So when you equip that, you can also see that your offhand and your main hand is the same, simply because it's a two-handed weapon. So you can now no longer, as long as you equip a two-handed weapon, you cannot use your secondary one-handed weapons. You can only use the two-handed weapons. So whenever you want to use the bludgeon or the knife, you have to switch, equip those weapons back. But for now, we're gonna try the scythe and see how that goes. Yeah, it's a fast boat you got over here, dude. It's nice, but it's really slow.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr.
It's gonna
Hampton.
take a week.
William
Get
was...
there.
What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back.
No,
But I will tell you, she
was
values her privacy.
curious. That is not.
Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
Oh, the irony.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes.
Oh, that's nice, because
So,
these
what do you
bloody
say?
clothes are nothing I...
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Alright.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
If that's a word. I don't know, but it is.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed
Not
for
bad.
Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
It's
Yes,
not the same
Doctor?
guy, is it?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane.
Got some
I'm
new
coming.
profiles, don't I? This look, yeah, I mean, those looks... That's fancy. Whoa. Alright. Chapter 1. Take me to a hospital. Analyzed William Bishop's blood in a hospital. Alright. First, oh. I cannot do... First, we're gonna take a look around. Let's see.
You can do better than that. Nah,
Oh,
it's my turn.
well,
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seed of life. Drink at this river, dry it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
am I gonna play this game nice?
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. Me guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
The blood quality indicates how much XP you will obtain To drink the blood of your prey, you first need to mesmerize them to lead them out of sight from others. Your mesmerize level must be equal or higher than the citizen's press L1 to mesmerize the blade. Okay.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Follow the red trail.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fuck me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Really?
To taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
Okay.
I'm not one to take away.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe oops, nothing. Rest to evolve, yes.
Doctor, where have you been? I've
Yeah,
little
I've been,
time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
Hungry.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane,
So
isn't it?
is that somewhere
Yes,
where I
Dorothy
can,
Crane.
rest
Welcome to
and
Pembroke Hospital,
evolve?
Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first.
All right.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Oh, touche.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
All right. What up?
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
So the second floor. Let's just see if there's something here that we can use. Last file. Hey man. Who are
Good
you?
evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Oh,
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Right.
Goodbye, Dr.
Come
Timmons.
back to that later. Let's just see. There is nothing more that we can use somehow. What kind of hospital is this? People just laying around outside, not doing anything. Anyway, what do you do?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Oh. Well, let's try.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Handle. Common trigger. How do I know how much it's... Oh. Alright. Part of a handle can be used to assemble a common handle for any melee weapon. Part of a found mechanism. It's time to get inside and see my office.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Yeah, does it? I mean, that seems like a shithole, as the man Milton said. Whatever.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you
Oh.
feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke?
I think that, you know,
Receiving
if I
visits
talk to
when sick
people
can be an
and ask
important
them
part of the
these
healing
questions,
process, you
I
know.
could learn
We're not just
some
bodies.
hints
You're
that I
preaching
can
to the
use,
converted now, Doctor. To be
later
truly
on
honest,
in the game.
I thought she was
So,
dead.
Even though it might
She
be
left the
boring
docks many
just
months
to
ago.
go through all of these.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Okay, thank you very much.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
God. The daily routine.
Hey.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed,
Oh, you do-
the new
you
surgeon
do.
at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal.
Oh.
You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Medical checkup.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
Okay.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the
Not do
Dark,
that yet.
to your nocturnal activities.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my
I need
blood boil with
to
fever.
upgrade my mesmerizing skills. I think.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
I'm sorry,
Reed?
guys, this
Yes,
is going
I've been
to be
informed about your arrival.
Kind of a
I'm Waverly
boring
Ackroyd.
episode. But, you
Welcome
know,
aboard, I
this
suppose.
has to be
Does
done.
my arrival
We have
inconvenience
to
you
talk
in
to
some way,
people
Dr.
and let
Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't
them
particularly
tell
share
us their
Dr. Swan's
secrets so we
enthusiasm
can
for hiring you.
quicker
What we
in
need
game.
here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Look at that guy. Oh man.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you.
Dedicated
But
to
unlike
finding
you,
out
I did
what
not
hell
use the
happened to me.
wounded to play the modern
why.
sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Yeah, and then I'll bite your ass.
I will not let you down, my boy. Good evening, sir. Doctor.
well, I'm going to skip this and get back to my room. Oh. Due to the influenza, the hospital can no longer take any patients. Okay. That's Alright, so I'm lost. Where is
But the suffering continues.
It's locked, all right.
It's locked, alright.
It's locked.
It's locked. Alright, so we're getting back here later on in the game, I suppose. For now, I am going to go to the second floor and find my office. Dr. Swansea. That's... right.
I cannot enter.
Oh, there's mine.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes.
Yes, it is.
Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
I mean, this is a... pretty big room. Crafting. You first need to analyze components. Analyze. Back. Sepsis. Use it to cure sick citizen.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Yeah. Isn't that nice? What's that? To read about it. Hi. Right, 1170. So. Increase your blood absorption when fight in combat. You will block your target's blood in the veins, making them... The vampire will concentrate on the prey's blood, stopping them in their tracks and making them defenseless. This is in case something that can't move. Yeah. Alright, so I can't... don't have enough. Close range strike that will cut through all living creatures. You will drain your own blood to heal normal instantly. Tactical. You perform a supernatural move to target and cause damage upon landing. Shadow Veil. Drain the stamina to fade into the shadows and become invisible to yourself. Moving as they will drain more stamina. Exit. Science. You can now carry 3 serums on you. Increase the number of bullets you can carry. I have no idea what's best. Spring, you perform a supernatural move. And that is what? 500. No, I'm gonna... $1,000? Oh my god. 1,000. Alright. Cannot do that, so... whatever.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Well, guys, I think we're gonna cut it right here, and I'll get back to this in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'm super happy about it, and I will see you in the next episode. Please leave a comment, a thumbs up, or subscribe to see more. And as always, I'm Oscar Moon, and I am out.